Chocolate Fever by Robert Kimmel Smith. Chapter 9. Hijacked. Mac doused the cab lights and reached for the switch that would start the diesel. But at that very moment, a loud voice from the darkness outside the truck called, "Reach for the sky! Don't make a move! Hands up! We've got you covered." Mac froze at the wheel. Henry's heart leaped up in his throat, ricocheted around, and settled back down in his chest again. Two men jumped up onto the truck, one on each side. Each man carried a small blue revolver. The guns were pointed straight at Mac. After a moment, Mac found his voice. "What is this?" he asked. The man on Mac's side of the truck, the one with the mustache, replied, "This, sir, is a robbery, a stick-up, a hijacking, in fact. Section 3, Part 4 of the Criminal Code, seizure of a cargo of goods from a vehicle or vessel on the roads or waterways." "Oh," said Mac. "Right, Louis," said the man on Henry's side of the truck. He was the smaller of the two thieves, and instead of a mustache, he wore horn-rimmed glasses and a lopsided smile. "I'm Lefty. He's Louis," the man went on. "People get us mixed up sometimes, but I don't know why." "My name's Henry Green," said Henry, "and he's Mac. Pleased to meet your acquaintance, I'm sure," said Louis, "even under these unfortunate circumstances." Polite as they seemed to be, Louis and Lefty were still pointing their guns at Mac and Henry. "You sure you want to do this?" Mac asked slowly. He seemed to be puzzled by the hijackers. "I think you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble." "Trouble?" said Louis. "You will be in trouble if you don't do exactly what I say. Now climb up to that bunk up there, both of you, so we can get on with the job." Henry did as he was told, with Mac following slowly behind him. Mac was getting angry, Henry could see, but when he spoke, his voice was calm. "I don't suppose it would do much good to tell you that you are definitely breaking the law," he said. Louis laughed. "Breaking the law, mister? We are fracturing it." And with that, Lefty jumped into the driver's seat. Louis took his place beside him, and the truck began to roll. Mac still had something on his mind, and above the roar of the motor, he called down to the pair of thieves, "You better stop now. I think you're making an awful mistake." "There's no mistake about it," Louis called back over his shoulder. "We know exactly what we're doing. We're hijacking a cargo of expensive furs." Mac looked dumbfounded at this last piece of news. "Furs?" he cried out. "Furs?" And with that, he started to laugh. Great gusts of laughter poured out of Mac. He doubled over 1 or 2 times, and finally tears came to his eyes, and he rolled down his cheeks. "Oh, Lord," he cried, when he could finally speak, "they think they're stealing furs." The more Mac laughed, the more concerned Louis became. He signaled Lefty to stop the truck. When he had turned up to look at Mac, in a low voice he said, "No furs?" Mac, taking care to keep a straight face, simply answered, "No furs." "Then what?" Louis began, as Mac interrupted. "Candy bars!" Mac shouted, the laughter beginning again. "Ha, ha, ha, candy bars!" "Oh, no," Louis said. "Chocolate bars, ha, 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 with almonds." "Nuts!" exclaimed Lefty. "And some without almonds." "What are we going to do with a load of chocolate bars, genius?" Lefty demanded to Louis. "Ha! Some with crunch, ha, 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 and some without crunch." "Chocolate bars, I can't believe it," Louis mumbled. "You said this job would be like taking candy from a baby," Lefty said in an angry way. "But chocolate bars? And some with caramel, ha, ha!" As Mac continued his roll call of the various kinds of candy the truck carried, the two thieves sat silently in the front seat, staring at each other. It was plain that they were amazed. After a while, Lefty spoke. "What do we do now?" he asked Louis. "I don't know," Louis replied, "but I'll think of something. Meanwhile, let's get this truck to the hideout. And some of it with peanut butter, ha ha, but none of it with furs, ha ha." With Mac's laughter ringing in their ears, the unhappy thieves looked glumly ahead as the truck rumbled through the night.